Outrage continues to mount over transgender college swimmer Leah Thomas breaking women's swimming records at the University of Pennsylvania. The editor of Swimming World magazine wrote in an op-ed that as a trans woman, Thomas has a clear-cut edge over the biological females against whom she is competing, just like an athlete who dopes. Also speaking out, former Division I swimmer for the University of Minnesota, Jenna Stocker. In a commentary for National Review, she wrote, quote, "Nothing has threatened the future of sports more than transgender integration. By allowing an unfair advantage to one class of participants is abhorrent and inexcusable." Jenna joins us now.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for being here, Jenna. Well, let's get started. You know, I'm the mother of 5 girls. Some of them play sports. I've got to tell you, this is very personal to me. And you've talked about this idea of fairness in your commentary, specifically Title IX, which was put in place to provide equal athletic opportunities for both sexes when it passed nearly 50 years ago. Talk to us about that, please.
Well, so when you're dealing with trying to expand opportunities for women in sports, and you have a record of accomplishments in doing that. You have a record number of women, young girls participating in sports, and all of a sudden you have someone who comes in and assumes the role of a woman and competes against natural women and takes away that opportunity. I think it's very discouraging, and it really shows that we're taking away equality for some concept of wokeness and inclusion, and it's neither of those things, and it certainly is not fair, and it's definitely an affront to everything that Title IX was supposed to be in for women's sports.
Yeah, Jenna, at the college level, NCAA guidelines require at least a full year of testosterone suppression before a transgender woman is allowed to compete with other women. But a study from the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that might still not be enough time. The study's lead author is suggesting at least 2 years. I mean, do restrictions like that, does that change anything in terms of transgender women being allowed to compete, or at a certain time that they should be able to compete?
No, and I'm glad you brought that up, because all the studies have shown, and what this Will Thomas has done is taking testosterone blockers. And what you have is someone who spent their whole life being a man against natural women who spent their whole lives being women. And in sports especially, you spend that time developing muscle mass, lung capacity. You certainly have different bone structure, things that aren't going to be affected by just blocking testosterone. And in the study, it was 2 years, and it's still, after the 2 years concluded, biological men still had a 12% advantage. And in elite athletic sports, 12%, when races can come down to tenths of a second or hundredths of a second, it's enormous. It's the difference between first and last in a lot of races.
Right. Well, Jenna Stocker, thanks for really bringing awareness to this issue. This is going to go nowhere at this point in time. We know that the NCAA has not even responded to a letter that parents sent, many of them who their daughters are at University of Pennsylvania. It is just such a tragedy for girls' sports, and thanks for keeping your eye on it. So Jenna Stocker, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And I hope more people speak out about this. That's how we keep things fair and keep the opportunities for our girls and our women open.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, a study from the British Journal of Sports Medicine followed 29 transgender men and 46 transgender women for 5 years. The study had them complete the Air Force fitness test, which tests how many push-ups and sit-ups that somebody can do in a minute and how long it takes to run a 1.5 miles. Well, they found that for the first 2 years after starting hormones, trans women were able to do 10% more push-ups and 6% more sit-ups than their cisgender female counterparts. However, they were still 12% faster on the run after 2 years. Let's get more on all of this from the founder of the American Principles Project, Terry Schilling. Terry, the data shows that an unfair advantage is for trans women to compete against cisgender women.
No, that's exactly right. And look, this is a basic biological truth that we've known for millennia, right? That men have an unfair advantage athletically over women. That's not to say that men and women aren't equal, but they do have the unfair advantage. And it was the impetus for why we passed Title IX in the first place. We had to give women their own competitions, their own sporting leagues, so that they could have equal opportunities and compete against their own. I pulled something up right before this interview. Leah Thomas, the transgender swimmer, is already beating Katie Ledecky's records when it comes to many tournaments. In the 500-yard freestyle, Leah, the transgender person, beat her record by 6 seconds. In the 1,000-yard freestyle, Leah beat her by 13 seconds. This is not fair. Right. Leah just became a female athlete in this league, and she's crushing the fastest female swimmer in the world. It's obviously unfair.
Look, Terry, I know you're up to having now 6 kids, right? So, and you have some daughters as well. We talk about this all the time, about the impact that it has on our daughters that play sports, that really want to, build the self-confidence when they're doing this. You all at American Principles Project, you have a website, you have this petition to protect women's sports. You all have been at the forefront of this issue. Talk to us about what you're doing through your organization to help ensure that our girls can play fairly in the area of sports.
Well, the first thing that we're doing is we're making sure that Americans are educated about the threats to women's sports, specifically to their daughters' sports. A lot of Americans don't know that this is actually happening. They don't know what a transgender woman is. And so we have to explain to them. So we create videos, we run campaign ads, and we attack Democrats. I can't for the life of me understand why it took Republicans so long to get on board, but I am so thankful that so many have. We started running campaign ads. We spent around $6 million in the campaign in 2020 on these women's sports ads. And the very next year in 2021, we had 39 states introduce legislation to protect women's sports, and 9 have passed it so far, including Texas and Florida. So we're going to continue to make progress to protect our daughters and protect their opportunities. Mercy, you have 5 girls, I've got 3 girls, and they're everything to us, right? And we need to make sure that they have a bright future, because if we don't, women are going to be watching women's sports from the sidelines in just 5 to 10 years.
All right, Terry Schilling, thank you for that. We really appreciate you being with us.
Thanks for having me.